Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. I'm a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, also known as the warden, and sometimes as the chauffeur.
Wow, are they doing that on that house or tearing it down?
Doing what? I don't even see it.
Oh, well, you missed the
Turn around. Oh,
house.
yeah. No, they're adding on to it. I see it now. Anyways, so we're in the car. We just saw the neighbors getting some work done on their house, and we got a little distracted. Squirrel!
I know, right?
Anyways, so this is my MS journey for update for week 151. And I'm wondering why we're in the car. Well, we're gonna go visit our friend Mama Bear Lynette. She recently had back surgery.
Yeah.
She's actually. They expected her to be in recovery for probably a week or so, but then they came in today and told her she's actually going to be able to go home today. She said sometime about between 4 and 6 probably.
Yeah.
And right now it's 12:30, so we're just going to drive over there and visit with her for a little while because we haven't seen her in a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
And if you saw at the beginning of the video, you saw that brisket I was smoking, so we're going to go gift her with some of that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So I'm excited about that. I feel like I'm starting to nail down how to smoke a brisket. I'm getting better and better at it, especially with the overnight method. I'm loving that way of doing it.
Right, because you just get to sleep through all the work.
And it was pretty good, too, is my Traeger has a Wi-Fi enabled app, so I can adjust the temperature as needed.
Yeah. And
even remotely do a shutdown on it, too. Mm-hmm. So it's just high-tech redneck now.
I know, I'm saying.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Well, don't you look all spiffy today?
Yeah, somebody said I had a spa day. I got my ears lowered. It was starting to get straggly again, so she gave me a good buzz, and then actually even shaved my face for me while I was already out there.
And what else did I do?
I don't remember now, seriously.
Really?
Really? That's why I'm asking.
So we just were outside and all I did was your hair and your face.
Yes, and what was the other thing that I can't remember? Tell them so we're not all sitting in suspense together, please.
Your nails.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. It's the spa day. Sorry, y'all. I have momentary lapse of reasoning, obviously.
Obviously.
For some reason, she has it also because she's forgot that for 10 years now that we've been married, I've always had this disability.
Really?
Mental handicap.
It's just your total.
I hyper focus on what I'm currently doing now, not the past.
Oh,
that's why it's hard for me to remember what's going on. No.
Wow.
That's why every time I go to do this, I always have to remember what week we're on. Also, I have to go verify because also I'm honestly unsure if it actually is 151. I always look at it first, and I did not look before I left the house. I have mental problems. I keep telling you that. You have more faith in me than I have in myself. I appreciate that. When I have an issue remembering, I wish there was more grace. I apologize, okay? I have a problem with that.
I just wished I was appreciated more.
You are.
Not if you forget. Not even an hour later.
Because I've already moved on to try and get others.
I know. I broke my back trying to help you.
No, you did not break your back.
Yes. That bending over like that for that long.
And I do appreciate it. And it's amazing. I love you for it. I really, really do. It's just I'm hyper focused on what we need to do now that we're in motion doing other things. I apologize. Mm-hmm. I will forever start festering over everything with you from now on.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm the only way I'm going to be able to do it.
Turn right.
Do apologize.
You might need to drink down your water.
Obviously. I've filled it all the way to the rim. I don't know if this will help.
In a quarter mile,
we have a little insert to hug the sides. She just got a new mug for Christmas, which is amazing. But now this thing doesn't want to fit in there. Why? Why am I having so many problems today? Told y'all I'm like mentally handicapped. There it goes. Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Well, there's a free toilet if we needed one.
No, I don't want that. No.
How
We're
did
past.
it even get there?
How did it get there?
Yeah.
Somebody pulled up and pulled it out of their truck and set it there. We're going onto the underpass, getting onto the Hardy Toll Road, and somebody, exactly like I said, they pulled up and unloaded a toilet and just dumped it there. People are just like that.
It dumped it.
Well, I don't know about
And
that.
it looked pretty new. It didn't look damaged.
Because I've even seen it before, like in the
porcelain.
hardware store and whatnot, like Lowe's, Home Depot, and everything.
In a quarter mile, merge on Hardy Toll Road.
I've seen it before where they put signs up on "No test drives, please."
Right.
I was like, what? Really? Somebody's putting it right in the middle of the aisle?
Well, I've heard of kids doing that. They're just like, oh, I need to go, and there's a toilet.
Right. But if they're going to do that, though, they're not even reading the sign.
Right. But that was, I mean, I guess they
You want to
were
go back
just
and look
like-
at it? Look that clean to you?
It looked pretty clean.
Wow.
I'm just saying, if you were a scrapper,
I guess.
if you needed a new toilet.
And I think,
there you
honestly, if I remember correctly, it's illegal to resell used toilets.
go. Kind of like mattresses.
Yes, that too.
Wow.
Right. Because I just asked you if you wanted those. You
I
said
know.
no.
Well, because when we were in the
See, I remember.
I don't remember you. You asked me. I don't remember. I don't.
Y'all, it's going to be a
think you
fun
did.
day. I'll tell you
I
what.
don't think you did.
Of course you don't.
What?
Yes.
What are we talking about? I forgot.
Nothing now, obviously. The love of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep telling her,
Lava?
there's a cop right there. You need to calm down, woman.
I'm gonna calm something down.
I said, I gotta keep reminding her. Remember, you're the one that looked in the window and said, I want that one.
I know, but it didn't disclose all of the
You didn't read the fine print, huh?
issues. Obviously not. Not the, oh, you slaved getting my nails so super trimmed and I'm just gonna immediately forget about it.
I didn't immediately. It was like an hour or 7 later.
No.
I've had so much to do this morning.
Whatever.
Clean this, clean that, put up this, load
Wow.
this.
Oh my God. And I
See,
had to
you already
do
forgot
this?
about that.
Well, yeah, it's
Exactly.
not that important.
It's not the importance of it, it's just the living in the now.
Living in the now, that's BS. You just
No,
try to
it was not
cop out
before
of
you.
Your appreciations.
Because remember, I told you my
have.
memory issues. I even asked you if you could remind me so we can tell these fine folks what happened to me on Tuesday. Remember?
No? Do you?
Yes, now.
Yeah, of course you remember something from Tuesday, but not something an hour ago.
Only because we're talking about it now that it reminds me.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for reminding me. I love you.
I don't know.
So you go ahead and tell them the good news since you know what it is now. Because you told me you've already seen the email.
Well, what did you do on Tuesday?
I had a point and I had learn how to talk first.
Yeah, did you remember how?
Obviously not. Stumbling on my words. I had an appointment with my neurologist. And he said everything looks good. And got the results back. It went over with me the results from my MRI, which I disclosed to y'all a couple of weeks ago. There are no new lesions, which is amazing. And he said a lot of it, really, he contributes to my diet, honestly, which is great because he was kind of
That's what he said.
he was kind of iffy about my diet at first. Remember, because I was telling him, especially with the meat heavy and everything like that, because he's a traditional doctor and he expects you to eat all your veggies and whatnot, all your carbs. And then I explained to him what's going on, told him the whole story about Dr. Berry and how it reversed my type 2 diabetes and everything. And he's like, wow, that's impressive. So he's good with it there. And, but yeah, like I said, no new lesions, which is amazing. That's what, 3 MRIs in a row? He's told us that.
I think.
That's awesome. But then I also asked him, because I don't want to get too graphic on y'all, But I have this issue. I don't know if it's what do they call it, a psychosomatic issue or what. But anytime I go to the grocery store, as soon as I get there, I have to go use the bathroom. Then as soon as I get home from the grocery store, I have to use the restroom. Like immediately. And it happened to me on Tuesday. I drove to the store, immediately, bathroom. I left that store, drove like, what, 6-7 blocks away.
Not even. It was across the street.
And had to use the bathroom again. As soon as I got to that one. As soon as I got to that store, I had to use the bathroom. And then as soon as I got home from there, bathroom. Then later that afternoon when I drove to the doctor's appointment, that's a little further to drive, so that makes sense that as soon as I got there, bathroom. But so I asked him about that, and he's on the top floor, 6th floor of his office complex. He sent me down to the fourth floor to get some blood work done. And that's where Shelly was saying that she already saw the results on that. And
yeah, he thought it might be something with your prostrate.
Yeah.
But all the results, so he did 3 different types of, I think it's called PSA test. There's like regular PSA, PSA free, and PSA something else. But all of them were well within normal range.
I really could have sworn that the technician told me it was a PMS test. I was like, wait, what?
But yes.
Or maybe he was doing that to be funny.
They were all normal, not even like low or low normal or high
They're
normal.
all ideal.
They were like right in the middle of the range.
Nice.
So like on one of them it said less than 4, you were like 0.9. And then when I was, Googling to find out more details on that one particular, it said men, 40 to 50, the ideal is like 0.5 to 1.5 or something. Well, you were 0.9. So you're even in your age range, you're right there in the middle. So sounds to me like your prostrate's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
So
what's going on? Why do I have to keep...
Well, you said you've got mental problems.
But it's just really bizarre because before I started this job, I was trying to... for the last job I was applying for, before this one, I needed to go in and do a drug test. I went 3-4 times. I could not produce a sample for them.
You're like, can you be located at a grocery store?
That's what I'm saying. It was weird. And then as soon as I would leave the drug screening office, drive to go to the grocery store, boom, I had to go. I was like, what is this?
It's like anytime we go into any grocery store.
But we do it also when we go out to eat. As soon as I get there, I have to go. And then she reminds me.
But not always.
Oh, really?
No, there's been a couple times where you were like, oh, I'll probably have to pee. Then we get in there and you're like, I think I'm actually good.
Yeah. It's just weird.
But I always make you go before we leave.
Just in case.
Well, because I'm a direct drive person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, I got to get from point A to point B.
As if we're on a really super tight schedule.
Yes.
For some reason.
For some reason. And he'll be in the middle, he'll be like, oh my gosh, we got to get off and find a restroom, blah,
That's
blah,
why.
blah.
That's another reason why I'm not allowed to drive. She's like, we're stopping again?
I know. So, I always make him go, and then plus if we're doing long trips, he's not allowed to have zip fizz at all.
Right. Because that's no fun.
And then how about yesterday? Because you thought, kind of on the pee subject, this is a piss poor subject.
I was thinking, there was one day we went and got a Dutch, and what I ordered there is the Double Rain Bro, which, what is that exactly?
Well, it's sugar-free. Hold on, I'm making sure. Okay, just making sure that it wasn't Lynette. Okay. So, sugar-free Double Rain Bro. It's like strawberry, I don't know, 3 different fruity
It's a fruity tea.
Yeah, but he gets the sugar-free syrups, and at first I was always doing green tea for him since he loves green tea, but then for a while they had a Rebel, because one day I was like, well, do the sugar-free Rebel,
Just to
because
see.
he needed some energy because he was falling asleep. I know y'all can't believe that. And then he loved the flavor with the sugar-free Rebel.
It's like their version of like Bang or Monster or whatever.
Right.
The only place
they
I've ever
know
been
what-
was seen it. The only place
No.
I've ever seen it. That's the only place I have ever seen
Yeah,
it.
okay. Well, y'all know of Rebel. And so he was doing,
That was my normal.
that was his normal. But then one day,
I had to keep running back and forth to the bathroom.
yeah, and he was at work,
And I was
which
at work
isn't
too.
good.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, because my job, I call it tied to the phone. I'm back-to-back phone calls all day long. But so I was thinking, well, maybe it was that. So I laid off it for a day or two. There's no issues there. And then the last time she went, she left the Rebel off and just got me just to drink with just the tea.
Yeah,
I had
so
no
that
problems.
was Friday.
So I'm thinking maybe it is the Rebel. I want to try it again on a day off, not while I'm at work, and see. But not anytime soon. I'm not in a rush because it's not that important. And is it any cheaper without the Rebel?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we definitely don't need the Rebel then, because the other way is just as good.
Yeah.
She doesn't like sweet tea, but she had a couple of sips of it. She's like, "Ooh, that's really good." So, well, we can just do it cheaper. That's fine. And
Yeah,
then we
you
make
save
sure.
at least $1.
Okay, that's good because those will add up, and that'll end up being another drink.
Exactly.
That's fine. But anyways, I just thought that was interesting that I was having those issues. But I was honestly, I've always, I don't know how to explain it. I've been having bathroom issues for a while. To the point fact that they even worked it in. I got a note from my neurologist. They sent it over to my employer, and they figured in an extra break for me so I could run to the bathroom without being penalized for it. So I just think that's pretty neat.
Well, did your doctor, besides the prostate, did he think it was related to your MS, or he just thought,
He's just like, I don't know.
oh, okay.
Because that's why we're going to do the test to see. And
Yeah.
now I'm going to ask him, it's okay, so now what?
Well, it's a mental thing.
And then he keeps telling me too, he keeps reminding me that I need to have a primary.
Yeah.
So, but now with my new insurance fixing to kick in, maybe I can start doing that.
Yeah. Shoot.
I mean, 'cause that's really the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I know.
But you know me, I'm a little lax on a few things. Another mental handicap there too.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if it's really a handicap or just a block. Maybe I'm self-sabotaging.
You are.
Of course. She's gonna tell me what I need to hear, whether I want to hear it or not.
Well,
Because that's what they call true love, right? I just don't know why true love has to hurt.
oh, it's so painful.
I'm telling you.
I expect you to keep up with yourself and not self-sabotage.
For some reason, she wants to keep me around. She's
I
a
know.
glutton for punishment, obviously.
Obviously, I must be.
That's her self-sabotage.
Obviously.
That's why we
Like,
love her.
take good care of yourself so that you can be better, be healthier, live longer.
Blah, blah, blah.
I know. I'm the worst.
In fact, y'all, I used to have that as a ringtone when she would call me. That was what it was. Remember, it was blah, blah, blah. Wasn't just you, that was everybody, actually. So I first found it and I put it on my, that one job, I had it as my boss's ringtone. Roy.
Yeah. So,
Anyways,
what else? So, Tuesday you went to the doctor.
yes.
And how else has the week been going?
Actually, super. I mean, I had another,
One-on-one.
one-on-one with my, well, they do that weekly. We have a one-on-one with our supervisors. And he told me everything's great. The only thing he's actually told me I need to work on
It's not self-sabotaging.
that, and he said I'm overthinking things a little bit sometimes, but he says, he's happy that I'm at least asking, because that means I'm trying. Because but all my numbers are great, and that he turns out he actually has MS also. So this last one-on-one, we spent most of the time visiting about different things. The that has to do with each of us, our ailments with it, you know, because not everybody with MS has the same ailments, and the treatments are different too. Because he goes in to get injections for his, and I take a pill for mine.
Yeah.
And I was telling the doctor too, I was thankful I'm on the pill, because he says, my boss tells me that he has he calls it crap weeks. And he said it's usually the week before he's going to go get an injection. So just feeling all lethargic and off. In fact, there's a couple of days he went home early because he just felt awful. But now that he's had his injection, because we had the same schedule, and he purposely has it too, where he goes and takes all his doctor appointments on Tuesdays also. So it was nice being able to check up with him and compare notes and everything, and ask him how his visit went and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
So we really bonded over it. And then I was also asking him, I have an idea, I don't know if it's really worth it or not though, because Shelly brought up a good point with it, is I was thinking about trading schedules and going to work in 410s, to where I would have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off. That way, we would always have our weekends together, and I could still go do all my errands and do my doctor appointments on Fridays and stuff. Because that was my old schedule. I used to have Fridays and Saturdays off. But I was asking him his advice on it, and you know everything. He goes, well, because one, it's been several years since I've had anybody that's been on that schedule. And he said, and I told him, I said also that I'm a little bit apprehensive, because I feel like we've built a good rapport. We understand each other. We make stuff happen, whatnot. I don't want to have to start over with another supervisor. He said, one, that's not a problem. Everybody here is cool. Two, I haven't been here long enough to start moving, changing, requesting a new schedule. He goes, what you need to do is you wait till about a year and a half or whatever, one of the new, they call them shift bids, when they open up, and then you put in a request then. And he goes, and you can even do it where if you wanted to, and do just work straight Monday through Friday, so you can still have your Saturday and Sundays off with your wife. And then he goes, you already have your notations, you know, we have it on file for your medical issues, so you can just take off a couple of hours during the week and go take care of your doctor appointment and just come in later. And maybe even work a half day or something like that, or work over, like I do a staggered shift or something, or a split shift.
I know. Want to do a split shift.
I know, I hate that too, because that's also, for a while there, I thought I wanted to be a school bus driver.
Yeah, but a while. How long was a while?
That was over 10 years ago. That was before we got.
Like 20 years ago.
No, because it was after Home Depot, and I was working at Home Depot 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
So it was probably 15, 16 more. Because that's when I was still living in Pearland at Mom's house, trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, so back in the day, that's what I thought I wanted to be, but then the kids were just way too unruly, and then also the shift. You work a split shift. You work in the morning, then you're off a half the day, and then you work the afternoon. Because all you do is you go and pick up the kids, you take them home, pick them up, take them to school. Then you're off for half the day, and you go do the same thing in the afternoon. Yeah. And then on occasion you'll have to do field trips or school functions or games and stuff. But then a lot of times too you'd miss out on that because the teachers or the coaches will do that. Yeah. Because then they get extra money for it. So, but then, like I said, the kids were really, they were throwing stuff, hollering or screaming, cussing at the bus driver, the one that was training us, throwing stuff at them. I was like, man, I can't put up with this. I'll end up going to jail or something, yelling and screaming at these kids. They're going to fire me. Might as well quit before I get fired,
Right.
But, it turns out, too, I have a retirement fund with them, too. Remember? They started sending me stuff.
All of a sudden, all this time.
Yeah.
And then you get a random, hey, you have a retirement fund with us. And I was like, but apparently when we had to call in order to set up the online access, when we called, she said, yeah, it's because they had a bad address note, so it wouldn't let you register online so they were like, so we just have to confirm what is your correct address. So it seemed like for years they were probably mailing those letters to all the different addresses.
Wow. They finally got one. They're just dealing the cards, and they finally landed one.
Yeah, right.
Obviously. So I think I had $50 in there.
Yeah, wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah.
So you must not have been there too long.
No, I was there just long enough for training, and then I quit because of the kids. I didn't want to deal with all that, and the schedule.
Well, I'm thinking you must have been there at least a month or so for you to be eligible for.
I guess so.
Well,
because also, and I guess it was about that long because it was only working basically part time. The way the schedule was, because I would ride with the school, the current drivers.
Yeah.
And so I had to go when they were actually running the route.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah. So you got that,
Yeah.
and then
it's always nice to have found money.
that right? Even if it isn't that much.
Right. And what's really wild too is that speaking of my job, you know how they set up a company email? Well, my email is Heath E. Parker. Well, if they had to add my middle initial into it, that means there was another Heath Parker there on staff. Why else would they have added it?
No, well, that's
Just standard?
The standard, yeah.
But you're like, a lot of my coworkers, their middle name's not in there. Not theirs.
Okay, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's the only way it makes sense.
Or, maybe because you had worked there 20 years ago,
Yeah.
now to start the new file, they put the E in.
Yeah, that's true too, but
so
recreated.
So
there's not an overlap. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, honestly. Because, I used to work for them way back in the day, actually on site.
At a store.
Yeah, that was wild too, because like I've told you, I'm a third generation cabinet maker. So I figured when I hired in at the Home Depot, they would put me either in cabinets, in lumber, the tool department, something like that. And no, during the interview, the man straight asked me, he goes, all right, well, your resume is amazing, but what do you know about paint? I said, well, you tell him, man, there's 3,000 stars in this guy, he'll believe you. If you tell him that bench is wet, he's going to go touch it. Am I wrong? That's why people are.
Right.
He's like, well, you'll do fine.
Captain.
All right.
Incoming message.
Use the left 3 lanes to take exit 128B129A.
And then the first week I'm there, actually, the first day I'm behind the paint
Continue
desk,
for 1 mile.
I'm mixing up this lady's gallon of paint. I'm putting the lid back on it because they have little mallets. You knock the lid back down. I squirted paint on her dress. The very first day. Welcome to working with paint, sir.
Right.
And I say too, all these folks that are working in the paint department now are spoiled.
Yeah.
Because when I worked there, I don't remember exactly how they do it now, but we had it was basically like a Lazy Susan ring here that had all the color filaments in it, and you would have to you punch up the color code in the whatever color the customer wanted. You punch it up in the computer, and it spit out a little formula, and it'd tell you how much of each, like it was basically a recipe.
Yeah.
How much each color to add to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the thing just fills it for you.
Yeah, you just punch in the color code.
Yeah, you just punch in. Oh, they want
extra. Does it.
Right, the computer just spits it all out for them. Because then also when you get these things, they look like old school how you used to change the oil in a car, the little canisters. We take a hook knife, open it up, and you had to fill up the canisters with it. Wow. I think they still do that now, but I always got dirty. I always try to put on gloves and stuff because the stuff get on your hands and it would stain you for like a week or two or whatever. No matter what you did, you couldn't get it off. But that was fun times.
Right?
But way back then, I was like really, really dumb, really arrogant and everything. And
cute.
Yeah, basically.
In
And
1,000 feet, use the right 2 lanes to take
they'd
exit
always told us that for the
128B
Houston
from
area,
Texas
we had the
toward Lake
number
Jackson,
one
Freeport.
garden center in the whole area. And I had got handpicked my schedule where I was
Use the
always
right 2
closing,
lanes to take exit 128B.
just so I could sleep in later, and have to hurry, because I would just wake up whenever I wanted to on my days off, or
Continue
even
on
on the
Texas
days I had to go to work,
south
and I didn't have to
for 1
rush
mile.
to get to the job. I woke up, took care of my stuff around the house, and drove in. Anyways, there was one day the garden center got smashed, and they pulled everybody from every department and made us help clean up the garden center, and then kicked us out of the store. That closing manager just kicked us out. Would not let me clean up my area. Well, my department head next morning come in, my department was wrecked because I didn't get to clean up everything. Because what we're supposed to do is go through front face all of our stuff, and each one of us, on the team.
What's the exit number?
Oh shoot, I don't know. How do I go back? Take it. Oh. 288.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to keep right at the fork and continue on State Highway 288 south.
Yeah, so you're gonna go not even a quarter mile, it's like 0.3 miles. So anyways, we each had our own aisle we had to take care of, but then when you're closing,
the right lane to keep right at the fork and
when you're closing, you had to go pick up, front face everything, and then clean up around whatever, especially the paint desk and everything. That way the next morning when they come in, they have less to do. Which, makes sense. But so I didn't have time to do it.
Take the exit toward North MacGregor Way, then merge onto Service Road.
And my department head wrote me up for it. And I got mad, so I ain't taking that, and I quit.
Merge onto Service Road, then use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto North MacGregor Way.
And then things got tight for a little while, so I tried going back to work for them. Because at one point, my best friend worked there.
2 lanes to turn right onto North MacGregor Way.
My cousin, my dad, and like 3 other people of my really close friends worked there.
Continue for 1 mile.
So I was trying to get back. I was even talking to Brian about, because he been there for a while too. He's the one to talk me into coming to work there. So he went and talked to a couple of his manager friends he knew and everything, and they had me down as a no rehire. So it actually took a while for them to hire me back. I had to do like 3 or 4 different interviews. They had to do some, I guess, soul searching or whatever. And finally they came back to me and told me that something about, the statute of limitations ran out and my no rehire was lifted.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you were young and you must have just quit without any type of notice, and they were like that. But that's good that now you learn, you were in your 20s at the time, and now you're much older, and it was like, that was
silly.
That was testosterone speaking.
Yeah.
Trying to be all
macho,
like, me ain't gonna, I'll show you write me up, instead of like handling it where you could have disputed being written up.
I learned a bad habit from one of my coworkers, one of the guys I used to do cabinets with. He's like, I'll quit this thing, I don't care. I was looking for a job when I found this one.
Yeah, but...
And that was my attitude. Because it used to be, too, for a long time there, if I had an interview, I had a job.
Right.
It threw me off when that started getting declined. I was like, wait, what? I'd go in and talk to them, and I was like, what? This does not compute.
Well, and I think that's different because when you are young, I think every employer is like, oh, well, they're young and teachable, and they, we'll get them, strong back kind of thing. Especially in your field, they're like, we need some young whippersnapper to go do this stuff. And then once you get older, they're like, why are you here looking for a job? Like, if you
What's
were
wrong
so
with
good,
you?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, that's one of the things too. Like I told with my cabinets, I started out working with my grandfather, and he had a crew that he worked with. Doesn't matter what company it was that came. For whatever reason, that one crew would leave and go to the company together. And I always had the same guys I had worked with. And we were doing a commercial, doing schools and hospitals. And the hospitals were always, obviously, upstairs and whatnot. But I still cringe when I see them today. And that was over 20 years ago. At J.B. Hunt, the trucking company, when I see an 18-wheeler coming down the road. Because that's what they delivered the cabinets and the countertops in.
Oh.
And when I was starting out, with the position I was in, it was the helper. And gopher.
Yep.
Go for this, go for that. And they come here.
Right,
hey, helper, help these cabinets up those stairs.
Right.
What they would tell me.
Yep. sounds like something that would be said. Is this? No, that's more sun.
And what they would do is they would send out to the job site pallets,
Turn right on
bundles
Fulton
of cedar shingles.
Mm.
They're about this wide. I don't know. What is that about? 2 or 3 feet wide, actually.
Okay.
Well, maybe 2 foot at the most.
Well, anyway, we got to wrap it up pretty quick here.
So I'd have to cut them down to 3/4 inch
Turn right
wide,
onto Richard
and we'd
J.B.
use those to
Johnson
level
Avenue.
the cabinets. So I'd stand there at the table saw, just cutting them up. And a lot of times the other trades, like the plumber, electrician, everybody would come walking around like, "What are you doing? Just standing there cutting?" Yeah, boss told me to make big board and little board. That's what I'm doing. And they shake their head and turn and walk away.
Wow.
What I really hated, it ended up with this big pile of sawdust right there. No problem, I can sweep it up, throw it away, it's fine.
Okay.
But a lot of the guys, they can't smoke on the job, so they would chew tobacco instead. And they'd use that as their spittoon. So I'd have to clean that up with all the spit in there.
Is this the...
Partner, this is it.
Well, I know that that's a street, but I'm looking for the parking garage.
Oh.
Oh, next intersection.
Turn right onto Richard J.B. Johnson
Okay.
Avenue, then turn right.
Then turn right again.
But that was always awful, having to clean up with all that sawdust with their spit in it, their tobacco spit. It was awful.
Alright, here it is.
Turn right, then your destination will be on the right.
Okay. What's this?
Oh, you gave me cash for this, but we're gonna have to use the card. There's not an actual man at the...
Well, this is the entrance booth.
Oh, okay. I know, but usually you have to swipe your card
Oh.
to pay.
Touchless parking.
Yeah.
Wave hand for tickets.
Because a lot of times these parking garages, they'll have a man in the booth, or a worker anyways.
Wow, visitor. Oh, it's gone up. Ooh.
What did it say on the website?
It said $4 to start.
And now it's $6?
$5 if under an hour, and then $9 if it's 1 to 2 hours.
And valet was $15.
Your
Yeah.
destination is on the right.
Here, hold that.
That's what I was telling her too. It might be easier just to valet, because then we don't have to worry about how to get back in there and everything. We just pull right up to the place.
Yeah.
But for $15, I'm gonna put it right here.
Well, I gotta
Oh, you
read
gotta
what it says.
And now that we're indoors, I need to take my glasses off so I can read too. So yeah, let's get parked and get inside. So right here's a good time to stop and go ahead and start showing y'all what I ate this week.
Yeah.
Sunday breakfast, and I got a plate of dirty eggs. This has 6 eggs, some bacon bits, some random vegetables and mushrooms, and then I added some Gruyere cheese, shredded cheese, and then I topped it with a little bit of this salsa. Sunday lunch, and I got me an awesome large salad, and I topped it with that smoked salmon. I got a little bit of everything, almost like a chef's salad, everything in there. And then I used this buffalo sauce as my dressing, because I read on the back of it that it has to be used within 7 days. So let's try and use it up. And of course, I'm enjoying another one of these pineapple Zevias. Thank you again, Mama Bear Lynette. This looks exciting. Sunday night dinner. I got one of those smoked pork chops and that cauliflower, and I dusted it all, or doused it all, with that buffalo sauce I showed y'all a minute ago. And I threw in, remember, I put that onion and the jalapeno in this as well. Monday breakfast. And I got one of those smoked pork chops, my hard-boiled eggs, and kefir cheese. And I dotted it all with some of this Kentuckian hot sauce. Monday lunch, I had that smoked pork chop, some green beans, threw some pickled onions on there, an avocado, and then I got a dollop of that kefir cheese, and I kind of dusted it with some of our Cooper's Inferno seasoning. And of course I put a little Redmonds on that avocado. Oh yeah, and I'm also enjoying one of these pineapple sodas that Mama Bear Lynette got me. Thank you again, Mama Bear Lynette. You're amazing. Monday night dinner, and I got a plate full of dirty eggs. I chopped up one of those pork chops, threw it in some bacon grease. Shelly left me in a skillet, and I added some diced mushrooms and a bell pepper, part of a bell pepper, and the stems off of a mushroom. And then I topped it with a little cheese and some salsa, and I made me a couple of cream cheese stuffed mushrooms. Hearty, hearty, hearty. Tuesday morning breakfast, I got my hard-boiled eggs, and I topped them with this hot sauce. Kefir cheese, and I dusted it with some of our Cooper's Inferno seasoning. And I took one of those pork chops I cooked up the other day, and I just sauteed that in the skillet with some butter. Tuesday lunch, I got some of that smoked pork chop, topped with some barbecue sauce and some green beans. It's Taco Tuesday. We made shredded beef out of a roast. I threw it in the Instant Pot. Then I took the remnants and made queso. That's what you see right here. And then I just topped it with some more salsa. Then we got some stuffed mushrooms and jalapenos, and I got half an avocado here. Taco Tuesday is one of my favorite days of the week. Wednesday breakfast, I got my hard-boiled eggs, a link to that jalapeno cheddar sausage, a dollop of the Kefir cheese, and I topped all of it with a little bit of this hot sauce. And a little story about this dented can, y'all. I had like 6 of these show up. We ordered these from Sam's. It was a whole case. About 6 of them showed up like this. It's still drinkable, but we reported it and they gave us another pack for free. I think that's pretty awesome. I'll just pour this one off into a glass. Wednesday lunch, I got that smoked pork chop. I diced up and put it in a buttery barbecue sauce. A side here of some green beans, and then I made a plate of a side salad. I have a little baggie of salad that need to be finished, so let's go ahead and do that. Underneath that dressing there, that's Kefir cheese and salsa. I made a dressing. And underneath that, and you can barely see one of them right there, is the last bit of my cherry tomatoes. And then I sliced an avocado and added that as well. Wednesday night dinner, it's a leftover delight. All of this was cooked in my Instant Pot. I made that shredded beef and then took the remnants, added some of the beef to this queso, and then put it all in this container. And this is what I'm having for dinner, along with some chicharrones and a Zevia. Thursday breakfast, I got my link of jalapeno cheddar sausage, my hard-boiled eggs topped with some mustard and some of this hot sauce. And I got a couple of dollops of that Kefir cheese, also dotted with the hot sauce. Thursday lunch, having some more of that smoked pork chop, some green beans, and then I topped the pork chop with some butter, my Ketochow barbecue sauce, then a dollop of the Kefir cheese, and then I dotted it with some of this Cooper's Inferno seasoning blend, a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to have an avocado, and Shelly made these, what are they again?
I'm calling it Christmas candy.
Oh.
It's got cranberries.
Cranberries and all kinds of other goodies in it. They are delicious. We'll have a video coming out on these pretty soon. Happy holidays! Thursday night dinner, I got a shredded beef hash, and some stuffed mushrooms and jalapenos. Friday breakfast, and I'm having my standard. I got my hard-boiled eggs, jalapeno cheddar sausage, and my Kefir cheese. And then I dotted it all with some of this hot sauce. Friday lunch, I got some dirty scrambled eggs, I got that smoked pork chop diced up in there. I got 6 eggs. So the innards of a jalapeno, stems of a mushroom, a little bit of onions, and then I added some of that Instant Pot queso, and then I dotted it with some of this Kentuckian hot sauce. I'm going to have a couple of egg life wraps with it. Make a couple of these into tacos. Saturday breakfast. I got my hard-boiled eggs, a lick of andouille sausage, and my kefir cheese topped all of it with some of this hot sauce. Stuff we got in Mexico a couple of years ago. It's a cricket hot sauce. Somebody posted in the HungryHorde Facebook group talking about eating crickets. I was like, oh yeah, we did that a couple years ago, and we even got a hot sauce with it. And then Shelly found me this drink. So let's try it out and see if it's good or not. Saturday lunch. I got the last pork chop, and I got it in some gravy, and then I topped it with some of that kefir cheese, and then dusted that with our Cooper's Inferno. And then I have an avocado dusted with some Redmond salt. I'm gonna have a few of these parm crisps to go along with this. Saturday supper. I got some more of that overnight brisket. Y'all, it's my favorite way of smoking a brisket now. I think we got it nailed down perfection. So I got a couple of slices of that, and buried down there is a couple of pieces of burnt ends. And I got some smoked Gouda cheese. And Shelly made us some ultimate Brussels sprouts, and then she made us a sweet potato, topped it with its various items, and then she made us a cranberry relish. Y'all, this looks amazing. Sunday breakfast, and y'all, I'm feeling a little ravenous. We got some leftover chicken wings, my hard-boiled eggs, some smoked Gouda, and of course my favorite, an andouille sausage. Sunday lunch, and I'm having my own do-it-yourself Lunchable, or charcuterie, or whatever, however you pronounce it. This little container here is just some ham and cheese, and then I got some these parm crisp cheese crackers, and I got me a Zevia and a bottle of water. We're loading up to go visit Mama Bear Lynette, and this will be my lunch. Sunday dinner, we got a little delay. Our power went out when we got home, so I had to play MacGyver and raise the garage door by hand, being all Amish. So I'm just heating this up in my Hot Logic, and hopefully by the time coffee talk is over, dinner will be ready.
Well, what is this?
What
are you making? What's this?
This is a leftover surprise. It's leftovers from that cauliflower we made on the Friday night feast.
Yeah.
And some of my chopped brisket in there too. And then I just doused it with a little bit of my barbecue sauce. Thank you, baby. So that was a very pleasant visit. She's doing great.
I know. Really great.
I don't know who's more surprised, us or her, that she gets to go home today.
I know. Well, thank you, Lynette, for letting us bother you today.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, I was just amazed she got up.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Breezeway
Several
Boulevard.
times.
Yeah. Moving about, just looks great.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. Considering back surgery and all, cutting her from one side to the next and everything. Goodness.
Continue for 1 mile.
But I was glad we were able to do that.
Yes. Me too.
Spend some time
She's so
with
awesome.
Lynette. I know. So that was a good visit. And now we get to drive home, so y'all get to hear me complain about the drivers.
I'm just eating my little Lunchable.
What's your little Lunchable?
Just that ham you cooked the other day. I'm just eating it cold because it's quick and easy. And I cut up some cheddar cheese. And I grabbed some of these parm crisps. I just don't know if I'm going to have them or not. I just wanted something crunchy just in case.
Yeah.
And the best part about it, if I don't eat it, I'll just bring it back to the house.
Yeah.
And it's a container I can reuse.
I gotta make a lane that ends real quick. Anyhow. but I cussed. Well, that's good. Enjoying your ham and cheese. I love ham and cheese.
Yes. I mean, this is easy because I don't have to worry about heating anything up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have an option to do that if I wanted to, but why? Then I have to stand here or sit here and try and worry about eating it while it's hot and everything. If it was a cold dish, it's just perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah, we went downtown. So, Houston has an area called the Medical Center. So, we were at the Medical Center. She was at the St. Luke, so we went in there and got to see her. And, I mean, it was a big hospital.
Yeah, it is.
They even had a McDonald's inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Multiple garages?
Yes.
Yes. But I think the garage I ended up going with, I think that was like the perfect location.
It ended up being perfect, actually.
Yeah, because it had the skywalk over to St. Luke's and then, you know, their information center and then just, they do try to, like, I think, ease it because they color-coded everything. So instead of saying, oh, well, you want to go to the second or third elevators here this way, they're like, look for yellow.
Right.
Okay, just follow the yellow. And then they color-coded each of the garage floors.
Yes.
So that was handy because it was like, okay, we're on the
In
green
1,000
level.
feet, use the left lane to turn left onto Service Road.
Onto Service Road. And so that was neat that they did, you know, try to color coordinate things.
Yeah.
Because the first lady at the information desk, she was like, yeah, you're going to go all the way that way past McDonald's and then the elevators. She goes, it's called yellow elevators. I'm like, why didn't you just... And I was like, oh, so I just followed these yellow arrows? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that would have been easier. Just follow the yellow arrows.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I'm saying. So, yeah, that was a fun time. Nice little outing on a Sunday. Let's see. I still hear ice.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's very awesome.
So good. So, yeah.
Poor thing, she was apologizing because she says she won't be able to tune in on Saturday to our live cook-along. She won't be able to cook with us. I was like, no, don't worry about that. Just the fact that you even want to tune in and hang out with everybody is awesome.
Right.
We're not going to expect you to cook with us.
Right.
Several people don't anyways.
Well, I think
It's
for
fine.
some, you know, because we're doing it at 6 Central, well, you know, if you're in the Eastern, that's 7 o'clock, which I know for me, we don't like eating that late.
Right.
And, you know, then if you're in California time, it's 4 o'clock, so for some, that might be too early.
Right.
So it's...
We just want to hang out.
Yeah, that's mainly what it is. So
Right.
if that's your holdup, if you're like, oh, I don't want to have to cook on camera, nobody's expected to cook on camera.
I mean,
Except for us. We're the ones that
In
will cook.
800 feet, use
Everybody
the left
else can
lane
just
to
sit
take the
back
Texas
and
288 north ramp.
relax.
a couple of people don't even get on camera at all. They just
Yeah.
hang out, audio.
Yeah, because that's what I like. We use Google Meets. So I don't use Zoom. I use Google Meets. It was a better price. And I just kind of like
There's no
their...
time limit.
Right, I like their format because Zoom had time limits. Google Meets does not.
Use the left lane to take the Texas 288 north ramp, then merge onto State Highway 288
I like that
north.
it allows everybody to have the option of whether they want to be on camera or not. So you just deselect the camera icon and then you won't be on camera, which is fine. I mean, we don't... everybody can...
Continue on State Highway 288
show up
north
how
for
they
1 mile.
choose to, whether they want to be cooking or they just want to relax and watch us cook and just hang out with everybody, or if they just, you know, don't even want to be on camera, they just want to ear hustle. That's fine. We just like to have that time to hang out with everybody. I feel like it's like all of us as friends just getting together, right?
Right. This is amazing.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Elgin Avenue to Avenue.
And I think, honestly, I enjoyed that a lot more than with the Friday Night Feast. You don't know how much I love that. We're just hanging out with our friends.
That's right. mean,
Use the right
today's
2 lanes to take the exit
your
toward
day
Elgin
off.
Avenue, then keep left.
Then keep left. But then also, you get to have Tuesday off as normal and Thursday.
So it's like I'm almost working every other day this week.
I know, that's pretty funny.
No, I'm gonna have me a Zebia.
That is true, you are. It's having to take this exit.
That's what it says. Yeah, you take the exit for Elgin, right?
Continue on I-69 for 5 miles.
No, now I'm going to have to get back on.
Oh, that's fine. Like I said, we're not in a real big hurry.
I'm in a hurry.
It's usually what'll happen if we're not
In half a
filming.
mile,
I'll be
use the
watching the
left
map
lane
on
to
my
take the
phone.
I-69
Yeah.
North, US 59 North.
But I'm also
ramp.
eating.
So, yeah, you work yesterday, you're off today. You work tomorrow, you're off the next day. And then you work on Wednesday, then you're off Thursday. And then you work Friday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Then you'll be, like, come Saturday, you'll be like, oh, this feels weird.
Wow. Somebody put on the back of the car in front of us, it says, new driver, please be patient. I've never seen it before. Only thing I've ever seen before is student driver.
Yeah.
But that's usually the driving company has that on their car.
Right.
It looks like mom and dad put it on the car or something.
That's pretty funny.
I've never seen it before. That's all because it looks like it's homemade.
It does. Like they just got the peel and stick stickers.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty funny.
Is it gonna rain?
I don't know. It's supposed to rain one of the days this week, and then it's gonna get really cold.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the forecast. It says it's gonna be like in the 60s this week. At the high of 60s.
Yeah, like just in time for Thanksgiving. I can't remember the last time we had a cold Thanksgiving.
And I was telling her too, it might be good. Take some of this brisket, especially the chopped part, and go ahead and turn it into a chili.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Have some chili brisket. Ooh, and do we have any more chorizo left?
I think. I don't remember.
Because that'd be good to add to it. Add the chorizo, brisket, and maybe like that. I think we have either a 3 or 5 pound chub of beef.
Oh.
The ground beef. Just add all of that in.
Okay.
Be like our 3 meat chili.
And if we don't have any, if I am going to go to the store on Tuesday and just grab some, because that one's like less than $2.
Yeah, the chorizo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead, you've heard of 3 bean chili
Use the left
Right.
lane to
versus
take
3
the
meat
I-69
chili.
North ramp.
Right.
That's awesome.
That is. That'd be amazing, actually.
That would be
Now we're
really
gonna do
good. Yes. That sounds really good. Come Thursday night to have
In a
that for
quarter
dinner.
mile,
Yeah.
merge onto I-69, US 59 North.
I'm ready for that. Ooh, and then maybe if you don't eat all those parm crisps, that'd be good to put on top.
Right? And what we do too is when we cut off the bones off of the prime rib we're gonna have on Thursday, throw that in the Instant Pot too and pull that meat off of it.
Oh, that's true.
Add that to it also.
Oh, yeah, we're doing the prime ribs on Thursday, not the chili.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Well, we can have the chili for dinner and whatnot then the rest of the week though.
Continue on
Yeah, that's
I-69 for 4 miles.
Yeah, we'll have our Steaksgiving. I totally forgot for a second there that Thursday was.
She just thought I was off just because.
No, I forgot that you were off. I was just thinking, yeah, Thursday night when we eat, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, that's Thanksgiving, and you're yeah. I just forgot, like you, Heath, you're rubbing off on me.
But see, I don't get on to you about it and throw a fit and everything.
I don't know. Sometimes you throw a fit.
Especially if I just told you an hour before.
Yes, you have before. You're like, why don't you remember that?
Gasp. What's that? The side of the building just says gasp.
Oh, wasn't it painted?
Yeah.
All right, now we're passing actual downtown Houston. The George R. Brown.
Right? And for those of y'all who don't know, it's a convention center.
Yeah, a huge convention center.
Yeah.
We're still passing it. We're about halfway through past it. Oh, I hear the 5-0.
Excuse me. And I don't don't know if y'all heard it.
Now we've passed it completely.
Was it last night?
I don't know.
Or Friday? Whenever we heard all the sirens in the neighborhood.
Oh, it's Friday during the live because you were like, "Do y'all hear that?"
Well, I went and looked at the our Facebook page, the group, anyways. Our neighborhood.
Yeah.
I never saw anybody mention anything.
No. So.
Usually, those folks are always talking about that.
I know. I guess whoever it was must not have been home.
Right.
That likes to snoop and tell us everything.
Right. But that was weird because we heard like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But whoever it was, I hope maybe like it was ambulance or like that. I hope they are okay.
Oh. So, what else has been going on? What else do you have planned for this coming week? Anything?
Not really, honestly.
Well, how about you talked about your doctor's visit and your MS? How about your DDPY?
That's going great too. I mean, that's the other thing I got to do tonight too.
Oh, goodness.
Because honestly, I'm telling her I actually feel better when I do it. I'm obviously always skipping Fridays because as soon as I get off work, we jump right onto setting up for the live. And the last few sessions have been like 35 minutes long or whatever. So I don't want to try to do that and then go get on the live. Because I get off at 5:30, then we go at 6:30. So that gives me just an hour to get set up.
Yeah.
So I'm skipping Fridays. I skipped last night because we were watching movies.
In 2 miles, take exit 134 for I-610 West.
So I want to get back on it, trying to do them like at least every other day.
Right.
If not every day.
Well, you said when you skip more than a couple days that it seems harder or something.
Yes. Yeah, when I skip a couple of days, or sometimes when I skip a day, or skip 2 of them in a row, especially, the next day it seems like a little more harder. I think it helps me. And he always says at the end of it, do this every day if you want to get better or whatever. But I know he's just trying to pep you up. But
right. Well, I think it's because that's how Arthur Gorman, that he was doing. He was pushing himself every single day.
Right.
To get it.
And she mentioned, if y'all don't know that story, that is amazing. That's honestly what...
This guy comes running up. Jeez, these people.
That's actually what convinced me to even start doing it. Because if y'all can go... it's a little harder to find it now. But if you go find the video... In fact, I'm going to try and... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and find it. And at the end of this video, you know how you recommend another video at the end?
Take exit 134
I'm going to try and find that video and put it on here for him.
Okay.
He's a United States paratrooper. I don't know exactly which branch of the service he was in. But if I remember the story correctly, he was a paratrooper who was wounded. At the beginning of the video, you see him wearing a full back brace, and he's using those canes, you know, the ones that hook onto your arm that help you. He's using one on each side, a pair of those, right? And at the very beginning of the video, you see him doing that. And by the end of the video, from
Is it left or keep left? I can't hear. Okay.
You see him doing his DDPY. He's struggling with it, you know, falling and everything. He's pushing himself, which is remarkable. But by the end of the video, he's up and running. Not just walking, running.
Right.
And now, he actually has, DDP has him on the program with him, doing the exercises. He's actually like a guest teacher with him.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty amazing. It's just speaks volumes, the magnitude of what this program does for people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's several wrestlers that are doing it with him now too on a regular basis.
I know, because one time I heard somebody who said, "Oh, that doesn't give a good enough workout or something." And I'm like, I mean, there's so many different levels. If you don't feel like that is, then you go up a level.
Right. And there's even an option on it where it's called DDPY Now.
Yeah.
I can pull it up on my phone and do my workouts. I use it anywhere we are at. I've done them on the cruise before. I just went out on our balcony and did it.
Yeah, and then he's got, those, I would call them preliminary options, like the sit or the stand strong. And then he's got beginner, intermittent, and advanced yoga. So that's why I said when somebody was like, oh, that's just too easy, I'm like, then you go up. If doing the stand strong is too easy, then you go to beginner. If that's too easy, you go to intermittent,
He even has one set up too, though, for if you're bedridden, you can do exercises.
Right. Yeah.
He's thought about it a lot.
Yeah. To, help it, anybody can basically do it.
He even went on Shark Tank and tried to promote it that way. Right. He actually made more money by not taking a deal with them. Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Well, and then Renee, she came.
Yeah.
And she'll comment. And she did a workout with us.
She's like, wow, I can't believe you're doing that.
Yeah, that will get you a good workout.
Because that's the thing, too. I was even doing it while we were in that hotel for a while. Mm-hmm. I just brought it up the same way. I mean, I took my computer with me and hooked it up to the TV like I do at my house and just brought it up the website and just did it.
Well, because, you know what?
It was a lot easier there, too, because the ceilings were lower. weren't as low as ours.
Well, they didn't have the fan.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I kept doing, too. Sometimes at the house, I'll reach up when I'm doing my stretches and whatnot. I'll put my hand in the fans and I'll make sure I turn it on.
Well, and that's why I feel like no matter what, you can always adjust for keto.
Yes.
And for your lifestyle.
Yes.
That's why we say it's not just a diet. Keto isn't just a diet. This is a lifestyle.
I love about his program, too. He tells you specifically, make it your own.
Right. Well, and that's why when you choose to make it your lifestyle,
yes,
then if you end up in a hotel because of damage to your house for several months, it's not really a change to it. And we've had people who were like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you did that and you still were keto? Like, oh my, I would have done this and this. And it's like, well, because we look at
adapt and overcome.
You just, like, this is our lifestyle. Like, if you were a vegan and all of a sudden something like that happened, you wouldn't be like, well, now I got to go eat all this meat. Does this happen? No, they would still be like, well, I'm a staunch vegan. I'm going to keep eating my plant-based stuff no matter what. Well, that's how we feel about keto. No matter what life throws us, we're still going to be keto because it's our lifestyle.
And that's where you always, no matter what's going on, you can always find the positive in every situation.
Yeah.
Because with us staying in that hotel for 5 months, luckily they were putting out breakfast buffets. Now, granted, there was a lot of carb in that stuff. Because, I mean, they're putting out the standard American diet paraphernalia is what I'm calling it. But they would also put out hard-boiled eggs. They've had little cups with 2 eggs in each cup, and I would get 2 cups every day. And she started noticing that by me eating those hard-boiled eggs, something changed in me. She saw me having better mobility. My attitude changed too.
Yeah.
Like my cognitive skills were better too.
Yeah.
I wasn't foggy and everything. So she started doing her little research on it. Dr. Google told her this, that, and the other thing. She stumbled across and cross-referenced and watched a couple of rewatched a couple of Dr. Berry's videos where he was talking about the benefits of eggs.
Right, because sometimes when you watch different doctors that are in this community, right, and you might watch a video because they released it, and you're like, oh, that's interesting, but it doesn't always impact
file it
you.
away.
Right, because you're just like, oh, okay, and then later something happens and you watch it and you're like, oh, now
it sinks in.
Yeah.
So,
jeez.
So now that's why y'all see me eating 4 hard-boiled eggs almost every day. If I don't eat them hard-boiled, because that's what she figured out too, though, is that hard-boiled are better for me than scrambled or fried.
Yeah.
But when I do eat scrambled, I'm eating usually like 6 of them.
Yeah. Because, well, here's the thing. In case you do, like, so when I make scrambled eggs, I do it to where the white whites cook first, and then I add in the yolk so I don't cook them as long.
All right.
But you,
I like mine hard scrambled.
Yes.
I
So
love doing
because
dirty scramble.
He
Dirty egg
overcooks it, then yeah, the longer you cook it, the more you're killing a lot of the nutrients.
But,
so with a hard-boiled egg, generally that's a better option for him.
yeah. So that's why I'm pretty much adamant about doing it. Like even when we're traveling, I'll either stop and buy some that are already hard boiled, or I'll cook a bunch and just put them in a bag in a cooler.
Yeah, that's what we did the last road trip.
The last 3 road trips, actually.
Yeah, it was just easier that way.
And then on the cruise, the only downside to doing it on the cruise, they serve them hot. So it's a little harder to peel.
Hot.
But what I figured out I could do is just take them back to the home, because the room has a refrigerator. So let's take them back to the room, and then carry them back to the dining room the next morning with me. They're already cold.
Yeah.
And then I could peel them right there at the table. I go get a cup from the drink area and just put them and then they just throw them away for me, or I'll put them on another plate or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like they put it, do away with it. Everybody else did. I mean, the same way they would with if I peeled them right there, fresh from the buffet. So, as I said, you just have to be your own advocate, basically.
Yeah.
Just be diligent about it. You just got to choose what you want to do. But I feel like one of the benefits from us being in the hotel helped me discover the eggs.
Yeah, it did. And yeah, you never know where you might have a learning opportunity, right? Right. Who would have ever thought, ended up in a hotel for several months, we had learned something from it?
Right. That also taught us too.
I was like, why did everybody slow down?
Right. That also taught us, remember, because of that same hotel, it only had like a half kitchen or whatever. It didn't have an oven. All it had was a microwave and 2-burner stove.
No, it didn't even have a microwave. Oh, it did have a microwave. Yeah, and a 2-burner.
So we took our Instant Pot and our air fryer with us. So we learned to do a bunch of stuff in the air fryer, and we're still doing it just because it's easier. And it doesn't use as much
electricity.
Yeah. Same thing. We double checked. I'm pretty sure. I was pretty sure of the equation on it, but we double checked it, and using the barbecue pit, my smoker doesn't use as much either.
Yeah, because I found out, I deep dived further, and it said the Traeger, it's about 3 cents per hour.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, I think that's even cheaper than the air fryer.
It's only using the electrical to power the auger, that's not the actual fuel source.
Right.
The fuel is the pellets.
It says it uses the most when you first start it.
And then it levels out.
Yeah, and then after 15 minutes, then it goes down to a low usage. But yeah, it uses a lot less.
Especially when we're doing the overnight briskets, it was running for several hours.
Right.
What did you say? I did it like 12, 13 hours?
No, you did 16.
16, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm figuring then is however much the weight is on them, add a couple of hours, and that's how long it's going to take me to cook it. So I'm figuring.
Oh, okay.
Because wasn't that one just under 13 pounds?
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Yeah. That was good too. That lunch I just had, I'm really full.
Yeah.
And I guess it's all the fat from the cheese.
And the ham.
And it was a fatty ham too, yeah.
Oh, that ham, wasn't that so good?
And you seared that all first, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seared it in the skillet. And we got those on discount. That's what makes me even happier.
Yeah, that makes them tasty.
I mean, that was like, I think, $2.60, and we got 2 meals out of it. Mine. And then you just had one, so that's shoot.
Yeah.
So expensive to be a meat eater.
I know, right? Well, that's what Oliver was telling us too. She mostly all of her meat's on discount.
Yeah.
She plans
all
her meal.
Of her meals.
Yeah. She plans all of her meals off of. She just buys whatever's on sale and then plans accordingly.
Right.
We used to be a little picky and say, oh, we don't like that cut. We don't like this cut. But, alright, let's get it on sale and learn how to cook it.
Exactly. And that's a fun way of learning, because
Yes.
even if you do mess it up, oh well, at least you're not out a whole lot.
I mean, a couple of cuts too, they were kind of lean. We're like, well, alright, they're not going to be that great when we go to cook it, but we can certainly use it, especially the beef, you know, we can certainly use it to make jerky.
That's true, which we did that before.
Yeah. And that's super easy. You just slice it up however you want it, season it, and throw it on the dehydrator. So.
Yeah. That's really good.
But I feel like we're just rambling again.
So everything's going well with
Yes.
your illness.
Except that I hell have it, but yeah.
Everybody already got to see all of your yummy food for the week.
Yeah.
And we gave all the updates. So, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to share with the
Not
board?
really. That's about it. I'm just going to have to search down that Arthur Gorman video and see if I can even find it.
Yeah, well, and then with Thanksgiving this week, I can't wait to see everybody. Just a reminder,
Yes.
we do have a Facebook group called HungryHorde Headquarters.
Down with the Triple H.
And y'all share your photos there, and then we'll include that as the trailer for the Friday night feast. So we're
Yes.
still going to go live this Friday
Yes.
and get to see everybody. And then this Saturday, we'll have the
Channel member
cook-along. So that'll be fun. And yeah, so I'm super excited.
I am too. We're having a good week. We have a good holiday coming up.
Yeah. Looking forward to the Steaksgiving.
Yes. And then we're debating whether we're going to have shrimp with it too or not. I don't know yet. I kind of want to, but somebody's telling me no. That means I'm going to have to pull out a couple just for me, I guess.
He's so neglected, y'all.
I'm telling you.
So neglected. Got to have his spa day.
Ah,
Are you going to do my toes now?
sure.
Okay.
If you trust me.
Well, I trust you. Are you saying you can't be trusted?
I never done it before, so I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of myself, I tell you that.
Well, guess what? I bet there's a YouTube video tutorial.
Probably I'm making one of what not to do.
Well, thank you everyone
Yes,
for watching,
thank you,
and have
thank
a
you.
very safe
Yes.
and joy-filled Thanksgiving. And then don't forget,
Every Friday night, 6:30 Central, we go live for the Friday night feast. I'll cook up an entree, or she'll help sometimes. We'll show y'all how to do it, and we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope y'all can tune in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one.
and please stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all again for staying. Bye.
Bye.